Okay, welcome to,
Recovery Nuggets with Luke and Alana.
I didn't know if we were going to go back and forth there.
We tried to figure that one out as we go.
So today we're going to talk about empathy. So I give 4 core emotions that men need to figure out how to consistently do, or the person who's sexually acted out needs to learn how to consistently do for the marriage to recover. And I'm just going to say them really fast: empathy, vulnerability, transparency, and humility. So we are talking about the empathy. We're talking about empathy today, and we're going to talk about why that's so important. Do you want to?
Yeah, empathy is the hardest for me as an addict or a man out there to really get and grasp, because what keeps us in addiction is shame. What keeps us in isolation is shame, which is there's something wrong with me. I'm intrinsically broken. This is never going to get better. Pity party of sorts. Okay. So this pity party, the shame that we feel, this heavy cloud, when we're in it, a conversation or a situation with somebody that we love, that we've caused pain, there is so much focus on our own weaknesses and shortcomings that we have a hard time being able to sit there in the hole with the person we caused pain. In fact, it doesn't even seem relevant because we cause so much damage to the other person, but that's exactly what we need to do. So we use this word called neutrality. And what neutrality is being able to understand that the person we cause pain, what they need in that moment is for somebody to be there and understand and hear them and seek to learn more of what the pain actually looks like. I love to envision and share this hole that somebody has fallen down into. Even if we push them down into it and they got hurt because of us, we climb down in the hole with them and we don't try to help them out of the hole. We don't try to make it better. We seek to understand where they're broken and what got hurt and not make it about us. And as we do this, we call this empathy. We seek to understand. All of a sudden, the other person starts to feel like that they're heard.
Yeah. So we're going to do a quick little demonstration on empathy. The first one we're going to do is what empathy is not. Okay. So Luke's been at work and I'm home, and he comes home and I say, hey, we need to talk.
Oh, those are horrible words, by the way. I just get an emotional response from hearing those words.
And I say, Luke, I am really upset because you said that you were going to be home at 6. It's now 8:30. You haven't called. And I don't know if I can keep doing this.
Mm. So is this a not way to respond? I forget which one you said.
Yeah, we're going to do the poor way to respond.
Okay. So what goes through my head in that moment is why doesn't she understand that I have a job to do, that I can't just leave work whenever I want? Why can't she see it from my perspective? So what it would sound like is a couple different things I could do. I could wall off and I could just not talk as she shares all of her emotions and feelings. And I could just be silent until she stops talking. Well, she just has to sit there and be by herself with trying to communicate. That's one form. The other form is I can attack and I can go, why don't you understand that I am doing everything in my power? I've told you before that I was going to have a meeting, or how do you expect me to leave a meeting or be able to just leave that situation and be home on time when I have other responsibilities? I'm taking care of our family. Those types of things is what I could say.
And often you'll see that how everything he just said was about him. Nothing in that even addressed any of the things that I'm feeling. So, same scenario. Luke, you're home an hour and a half late. I had no idea you were going to be so late. I can't keep doing this.
So in what's going through my brain is I go, okay, I know that what I'm wanting to respond right now with is a lot of reasons why she shouldn't feel justified in this. But what I do is I go, this is not about my pain. This is not, I know she has a lot of questions. This is about how she's feeling, which is she asked me a whole bunch of times to do this. I'm late again. She's feeling frustrated. So I apologize and I say, you're right. I'm late. And I know this has come up a lot for us, and I've done it again. And I know that I'm afraid that you don't want to believe me, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm late again. And what were you wondering and what were you thinking about me being late?
Now, in a realistic scenario, I'm not going to hear that apology and go like, "Oh, thank you." Realistically, you I'm already upset, right? So I'm probably going to respond. He gives this beautiful apology, and I'm going to respond with like, "Yeah, you are late, and you always say this, and I'm going to keep attacking." Or even another way to look at it is I'm going to keep expressing these feelings that I've been bottling up and getting ready to share, and so I keep going with how I'm feeling. You don't understand what this does to me. You don't understand how scary this is for me and how upsetting. And I can't trust you. I just want to be able to trust you.
Hmm. And one of the things that goes through my mind that's very helpful is if I can somehow tap in, and this is through God, and I can tap into understanding that somebody in her place, this situation, this pain that she's in, is an attack, often by the adversary, often by Satan, which is who knows what he's up to. You don't know what's going on with him. So if I can recognize my wife's in pain and that she's genuinely some fear is going on, I can actually run to a place where I want to be there for her emotionally, which is allowing her to say whatever it is that she's going to say and just being able to hear her and be able to grasp and center into God so I can be there in that emotion of what she's
Yeah.
saying.
And so a really great tool to use is as he's given this beautiful apology, I come and I attack more. Instead of going to defense, which is a very common reaction for anybody, he goes to a place of seeking for greater understanding. He goes to a place where he's willing to go deeper into my feelings instead of shutting them down. So, what would that look like?
So I know I was late and I'm sorry that I did that. What was that like?
It was terrifying.
Well,
It was terrifying because I don't know where you are, and I feel like you don't even think about me or care about me.
and this is a reoccurring topic with us, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is it frustrating?
yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah. How come?
Um, because I don't feel like I'm on your priority list.
Mm. So is she saying these words and I'm thinking about this? I'm battling for my life to stay out of shame, which is you're the cause, you're the source of all her problems. And which is not true because we know humans at the end of the day are going to make repeated mistakes and have to learn from those. So the only way in this relationship that it can get better is for me to hear her and to not own and have it be about me. And this is what's going on with her. And even in this moment, it feels uncomfortable as we even practice and role play this because this is something that's popped up for us in the past, right? This is something that we've worked on. And I can feel those old things pop up and bubble up for me. But as she hears me talk about it, even if it's clunky, as long as it's sincere, even though it's clunky, we move to her feeling like she's been heard.
Yeah. And that's what's most important here is that empathy is you're really like seeing them. You're seeing them and you're hearing them. It's not about you. And it's just like you said, it's clunky at first, but if there's true authenticity behind it, then we have to learn and practice and grow. But healthy relationships have conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not sweeping it under the rug. It's not walling off. It's not attacking. It's slowing down and hearing
Yep.
the other person.
Absolutely.